So today we start into 12.5, dealing with your pyramids and your cones. Still going to look at volume. Now, volume goes inside your figure. So when we talk about the height that we're going to need, since we are going inside the figure, unlike surface area, the height we'll need is the actual height of the full pyramid. Remember, when we did surface area, we needed this slant height here. That was that 13. When we talked back, when we did that idea of surface area, how we're going to be able to pull this little right triangle out, and at this point where it comes in the middle, is when this point comes down to your base, it is smack dab in the middle of your base. So this bottom of my triangle is going to be half of 10, which is 5. So when I pull out my triangle then, I have my 13, I have my 5. To find the height of my pyramid, it's just Pythagorean theorem. 13 squared equals x squared plus 5 squared. 13 squared is 169. X squared, 5 squared is 25. Subtract it over, and we get 144 equals x squared. And then take the square root. We end up with x equals 12 for our height. When we do volume, that's the piece that we're going to need then. So, as a quick reminder, a pyramid is a polyhedron in which the base is some type of polygon. And then those lateral faces or triangles that come up and meet at that common vertice. Your cone, which is essentially just like a pyramid except it has a circular base. So it's a solid with a circular base. And then that vertex is still up at the top. That is not in the same plane as the base. That way it's a three-dimensional figure. Volume is a quick reminder. That is the number of cubic units contained inside the solid. Now, as far as your formula goes, for a prism, what we did yesterday, it was the area of the base times the height. Now, for your pyramids and cones, we actually want 1/3 of that. So you can take 1/3 of it or divide it by 3. So it's the same formula, area of the base times the height, and then just divide it by 3. So, same thing for your cone. 1/3 of the area of the base times the height. The only difference is that base is a circle, so it will never change. So you can call it 1/3 pi r squared times the height, which is h. Take a look at example 1 then. Find the volume of the given figure. In our pyramid, which is A, my base is my triangle that's here. If I were to redraw that, I had my right angle there. This is 4, this is 6. Area of the base then. Base is a triangle, so it's the base of the triangle times the height of the triangle divided by 2. 4 times 6 is 24, divided by 2 is 12. So the area of the base is 12. That perpendicular height of the pyramid, they have your right angle marking there, so that perpendicular height is 9. Formula for volume then. It is area of the base, which is 12, times the height, which is 9, and then I got to divide that by 3. 12 times 9 divided by 3, we end up with 36. And we check our units, and it is meters. And since it's volume, we're talking about cubed. Circle is the same idea. Area of the base, it is pi times your radius, which is 2.2 squared. So multiply it out. Pi times 2.2 squared. We end up with 15.21. Your height, they give you to be 4.5. So volume is 15.21 times our 4.5 divided by 3. So 15.21 times 4.5 . Oops, sorry, messed up on my calculator. 15.21 times 4.5 and divided by 3. We get 22.82. And essentially, that's how you do a volume of a pyramid or a cone. Example 3, it says originally the pyramid had a slant height of 144 meters and a volume of 2,226,450 cubic meters. It says find the length of the side of the square of the base. Alright, so in this problem, we're talking about volume still. volume equals the area of the base times your height. Well, when we talk about the pyramid had a height of 144 meters and a volume of 2,226,450. Area of the base, we don't know, times the height, which they say is 144. The very first thing to do then is we take our 2,226,450 and we divide it by 144. We end up with 15,461.46 equals the area of our base. Now, here comes the next part that's key. They tell us that it is a square base. Area of a square is you take your side length and you square it. So to find out what one of those side lengths of that square base is going to be, I take my 15,461.46 and we take the square root of it. Square root, we get 100, x equals 124.34. And when we look at our units, we will be in meters for the length of one of those parts of my square base. Alright, if you want to pause it, take a look at your individual practice, go ahead. If you want to just go ahead and do it with us now, you can do that too. So, finding the volume of our hexagonal pyramid. Alright, this example here is as hard as I can possibly make it. Once again, because that base is hard to find. The area of my base, it is a hexagon. Hexagon is apothem times perimeter divided by 2. Well, the perimeter we know right away. One length was 4. There's 6 of them since it's a hexagon. So the perimeter is 24. The apothem is what we don't know. So this is where we take our triangle. We pull it out. We know the bottom part was 4. And we know the measurement of this angle, that central angle that's right here. The measurement of that angle is 360 divided by the number of sides. So there were 6 sides. 360 divided by 6 tells me that this angle here is 60 degrees. From there, we cut our triangle in half. So this is now 30 degrees. Bottom side is 2, and my apothem is here on the left. To do our work then, we can do the tangent, if we wanted to, of 30 degrees equals opposite is 2. Adjacent is A. Tangent of 30 is just a number. Remember to make sure your calculator's in degree mode. Tangent of 30 0.5774. Put it over 1 equals 2 over A. Cross multiply. 1 times 2 is 2. 0.5774A. We divide. 2 divided by 0.5774. And we get 3.46. So that was our apothem then. That's what makes this problem hard. So area of the base then is 3.46 times 24. Oops, divided by A. Divided by 2. We get 41.52. So that was the area of the base. Volume is the area of the base, 41.52, times our height of our pyramid, which they show us to be 11, divided by 3. 41.52 times 11 divided by 3, you get a volume of 152.24. And looking at your units, everything was in yards, so it is yards cubed. Oops. Taking a look at your second one that's there then, your right cone, a little bit easier to work with. Now that base is just a circle. So it is pi times 5 squared. Area of the base then pi times 25, we get 78.54. Now, our height we need. This is where we got to use this right triangle that's right here. There's our height. So it is 8 squared equals h squared plus 5 squared. So we have 64 equals 8 squared plus 25. 64 minus 25, 39 equals h squared. So when we take the square root of 39, we have 6.24. So for your volume then, it is 78.54. Guess I should have moved that over some. .54 times our height, which was 6.24, divided by 3. So 78.54 times 6.24 divided by 3. We get a volume here to be 163.36. Looking at your units here, we are dealing with meters cubed. In your next example, it says find the volume of a right cone. So volume of a cone, area of the base, times the height, divided by 3. It says the volume of that right cone is 1,350 pi. The radius is 18 meters. Find the height of your cone. Alright, area of your base then is pi times radius was 18 squared times your height, divided by 3. First thing we're going to do, multiply both sides by 3. So we end up with 40/50 pi equals pi times, well, 18 squared is 324 times h. Now, if you notice, we have that pi on each side. So we can actually go ahead and divide both sides by pi. They're going to cancel each other out. They're gone. I got 40/50 equals 324 times h. 40/50 divided by 324, and we get a height of 12.5. Looking back at your units, we were dealing with meters, so since it's just your height, it is just meters. And there's your height. Now, take a look at example 3 then. Find the volume of your right cone. Here, once again, we need our radius. So we are going to have to use your sine, cosine, and tangent ideas, because now they do not give us two sides of this little right triangle to use. Instead, we must have the opposite side, which is our 16, the adjacent side, which is our r, so we are going to do the tangent of 65 degrees equals opposite is 16, adjacent is r. And now we use tangent of 65 to get our decimal. It is 2.1445. Throw it over 1 equals 16 over r. Cross multiply. 1 times 16 is 16. 2.1445r. Now we divide. 16 divided by 2.1445. We get a radius that is 7.46. Now we can go through and find that area of our base. Area of our base will be pi times your radius, we just found was 7.46. Oops. Squared. We'll just do it all together. Typing in the calculator, pi times your 7.46 squared. We get the area of your base to be 174.83. Your height, they actually already told you, was 16 feet. So volume then, 174.83 times 16 divided by 3. 174.83 times 16 divided by 3. We get a volume then of 932.43. In volume 4, it says find the volume of your, in example 4, it says find the volume of a given solid. Here you have two different solids put together. First off, we have the volume of the cube, and then we have the volume of the pyramid. To find your overall volume then, we need to take those values and add them together. For your cube, if you remember, it is just that edge cubed. So it is 6 cubed. 6 cubed is 216. For your pyramid then, your pyramid is area of the base times your height divided by 3. Well, the base of your pyramid, it is a square, so it is 6 times 6. So I got 36 times the height of that pyramid. Now remember, it's the height of just the pyramid. Height of just that pyramid is 6 divided by 3. So we got 36 times 6 divided by 3. We get 72 for the volume of our pyramid. To find the overall volume then, it is 216 plus our 72. So we get 288. Looking at your units, it is meters cubed. Last example here today. Actually, since we're not in class and I can't really talk, it's not quite the same. Don't worry about this one. If you want to do it as a challenge problem, you can. If you want to email me, we can go over it. But honestly, don't worry about it. Your homework here tonight, pages 832 to 833, numbers 3 to 19, the odds, and then these 4 problems here, 20, 22, 23, 24. And if you have any questions, concerns, any issues coming up, please let me know. If you want to just check in to see, about what's coming or what the last 2 weeks here are going to look like, please email me. I'll be going over that probably the end of this week. Overall, hope everybody's having a good time, and hope you can enjoy the weather a little bit. And that's about it. All right, everyone, stay safe.